welcome to this CNN-IBN special. We call it YUVA, the teachings of Swami Vivekananda, his ideals coming together with the youth, its aspirations. In the next 30 minutes this week, our focus really on aggressive goodness. Can one be proactively good? Can aggressive goodness be taught? Is the strength of our character really a matter of our minds? Before I introduce our eminent panel here on the series YUVA, let me actually throw out a thought that is, of course, of Swami Vivekananda. If you think yourself weak, weak you will be. If you think yourself strong, strong you will become. On that note, let me introduce our panel to you. Rajat Kapoor, well-known actor, theatre personality. Thanks very much for joining us here on this show. Swami Nikhileswarananda of the Ramakrishna Mission. Next to him, Anu Aga, the director of Thermax. And last, Alok Rai from the Delhi University. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for joining us here on this show. Swamiji, the first question that actually came to my mind when I saw that phrase, the two words coming together, aggressive and goodness. In normal parlance, we don't use these words together. What did Swamiji mean when he hinted towards these words?
What Swamiji meant by aggressive goodness is that it is good to be good, but don't be goody-goody. So, and when you are practicing good values, it requires tremendous mental strength in the present scenario, because you are going out of the way. You are not going as like a flock of sheep. You have to become lion, and that requires mental strength. That is called aggressive goodness. Goodness will mean becoming a flock of sheep. But aggressive goodness means going out of the herd, not following the herd worship. No, all are going after career development, but no, I will go after career development. Along with that, I will go for character development. If a young person says like that, he is practicing or she is practicing aggressive goodness.
I'm presuming, Rajat,
if that's what you're saying, be the change that you want.
Well, that's
yeah,
the
but
Mahatma's
not only
words.
that be the change, but also it should be a proactive goodness in the sense that what she told, not only static piety, but also dynamic spirituality, reaching out to other people in the form of unselfish service. For example, Swami Vivekananda gave a clarion call that you had so far heard the mantras, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. He said, now I am giving you new mantras, Daridra Devo Bhava, Rogi Devo Bhava. Let the poor people be your God. They are the living God. And he said, what type of people you are? You are foolish people trying to dig a well by the side of the Ganges. Here is the living human personality. You are trying to worship the God in the temple, and then you do Murti Pratishtha, Pran Pratishtha in that image. Here is the living person, already Pran Pratishtha is there. Living him, you are going to the temple. You are giving Chappan Bhoga there, 56 type of Bhogas, and here is not getting 2 meals a day.
2 meals a day.
So first worship the Daridra Narayan, Rogi Narayan. That is why Ramakrishna has so many hospitals and rural and tribal development projects. Swami Vivekananda himself started, he not only gave speeches, but he demonstrated and he practically implemented that message of worship of God in man. Shiva Gyane Jiva Seva. That is proactive goodness.
You know, goodness and money making. How can I work towards my country and how can I make money?
Swami Vivekananda said, what we want is man-making education, character-building education. And what we are now giving, money-making education, we do not stop there, demon-making education. And what is a demon? Demon is not a person with the 2 horns. Demon is Rakshasa. Rakshasa making education means one who only tries to do good for, trying to do something good for himself or herself, he or she can do crores of rupees of loss to the nation. That is the demon. Manav Rakshasa.
There are many examples of that for this generation.
So, but then that question, that money making is not bad. But what we say is that you must develop your career, you must earn money, but at the same time, don't be selfish. And what we say is, have enlightened self-interest.
I think, Swamiji, what I'm trying to focus on is character building. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, and that's why we have people who would rather follow what's being told to them rather than think for themselves. Is aggressive goodness a trait of character in that sense?
No, that's what I told, that Swami Vivekananda said that what we want is man-making education, character-building education. And character-building education, when it comes, now it will not come from one factor, as the professor was telling. There are so many factors responsible for it. But when the character building comes, then one of the traits is this trying to practice proactive goodness. What is character? Is nothing but a bundle of samskaras. What is samskaras? Nothing but the bundle of habits. What is habits? What is a bundle of actions? What is action? From thoughts. Everything comes from thoughts. So
Swamiji, just a sidelight, and I hate to interrupt, but one of the questions that actually came up was, does physical characteristics have anything to do with aggressive goodness? We know Swami Vivekananda had a great build. He was a towering personality in that sense, and he spoke a lot about physical exercise, physical exhaustion, etc. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that is true. I just told that Swami Vivekananda said you will be nearer to heaven through football rather than by the study of Gita. But that does not mean that you stop reading Gita. Because by becoming stronger, you will be able to understand the message of Gita. That is what he told. But one thing is physical strength. But in the present scenario, what is more required is the mental strength. So physical strength, mental strength, then intellectual strength. But most important is moral and spiritual strength. All these types of strength Swamiji wanted, that will be a strong character.
Just elaborate on this scenario. If Swami Vivekananda was living in this day and age, and in the crisis that we all see in our lives, let's say an anti-corruption movement, what would his path be? Would he fast? Would he protest? Would he just raise his voice? How would he carry the message of aggressive goodness and standing against anti-corruption forward? You want to take that first, Swamiji?
Yeah. Swami Vivekananda said, my faith is in the younger generation. At that time, when Swami Vivekananda came, and those youngsters, they took up the message of Swami Vivekananda and made India an independent country by reading the books of Swami Vivekananda.
Now, secondly, he would go to the schools.
He would go to the schools?
He would go to the schools. He would go to the young. It has to be through the young, through the children.
Which I am doing from last 30 years. We are all, many of our monks are going to the schools, inviting the children to our ashrama, and we are also going. And not only that, we say, when I went to Guwahati, there was a serial bomb blast, and they said, we don't want to listen to your question, listen to your lecture on other matters. You please advise us how to combat terrorism. Then I said, okay, that is the question now. I said, let us have a serial bomb blast. And they were very much afraid. What is serial bomb blast? They are doing serial bomb blast. We are also doing serial bomb blast. But they are doing serial bomb blast with the ideas of violence. But there are ideas of non-violence. There are ideas of universal brotherhood. There are ideas of harmony of religions in many good books. And I gave them a message, I gave them an example. There is a small book, Thoughts of Power. So I carry those books and I give one book to all the participants. I say, if you think that this book gives you power, tremendous power from inside to practice aggressive goodness, and also if you think that this book, if it is, the ideas are spread, that will spread the ideas of non-violence, ideas of universal brotherhood, ideas of harmony of religions. If you think that, then you have to purchase 10 books, not one,
10
only
books.
50 rupees, and give to 10 friends with these condition. If they like it, they will purchase 10, give to their friends. So it's a fission reaction. 1 into 10, 10 into 10, 10, 100 into 100, 1000 into 1000. And that becomes a serial bomb blast. And those ideas will spread throughout the society.
Okay.